Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we're starting Riyaadus Saaliheen. It's a book in hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we're going to start with Kitab al-Da'wat, the chapter of du'as, because Ramadan is a month of du'a. وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي. Okay. Imam Nawawi rahmatullahi alayhi writes this book as a form of a journey for the believer, so that the believer can get closer to Allah by reading this kitab. So, قال الله تعالى كتاب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كتاب الدعوات قال الله تعالى وقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم وقال تعالى ادعوني ربكم تضرعا وخفيا إنه لا يحب المعتدين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, call upon me, I will accept. Let me see if I can open this and show you a screen share of this. No, don't find the whole book here. Online, I don't find it. It's definitely here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think I found it. The book has about 3,000 ahadith in it. It's a lot of ahadith. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, I think I found it. There we go. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. There we go. So now Allah starts off by saying, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أُدْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبَ لَكُمْ. Allah says, call me, I will answer your prayer. And Allah says, أُدْعُوا رَبَّكُمْ تَضَرُّعًا وَخُفْيًا. Call upon Allah تَضَرُّعًا, humbly, and خُفْيًا, secretly. تَضَرُّعًا also means, as they say in Urdu, gir gira kar, like you are just in a very sense of just calling upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, crying before Allah. وقال تعالى, Imam Nawawi rahmatullahi has a habit that he begins his kitab, his chapters with Quranic verses, then goes into a hadith. Allah says, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. That when a person calls and asks about me, tell them I'm close. I accept the dua of the one who seeks. أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. Allah says, who is going to answer the call of the one who is humbling themselves and who is going to remove their difficulties. Nu'man bin Bashir radiallahu anhu says that ad-du'a huwa al-mukhul ibadah, or ad-du'a huwa al-ibadah, that dua itself is worship. When a person is doing dua to Allah, this is ibadah, you are getting reward from Allah by doing dua. And then every ibadah has an element of dua in it. The kalima la ilaha illallah has the element that la ilaha, remove everything but Allah from my heart, and illallah, put Allah in my heart. This is the first meaning. The second is salah, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. In Sawm, the whole concept of Sawm is that a fasting person's dua gets accepted. Zakat, that by giving this money, Allah will protect the rest of my rizq. And in Hajj, the Hajj is Arafat, and Arafat is dua. That is the whole purpose of this whole deen, is a conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and calling to Allah. You don't need to be sitting down for dua. You don't need to raise your hands for dua. You can do dua without even raising your hands. You can make it in your heart. You can make dua anytime. Okay. وعن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها قالت كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يستحب الجوامع من الدعاء ويدع ما سوى ذلك. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم used to use du'as that encompassed a lot of meanings. He didn't just go on and on and on. You know, sometimes Khatm al-Quran du'as get so long that your hands get tired and people are just waiting for it to end and for the halwa to come out. It shouldn't be that long. It shouldn't be short either, but I think a good average Khatm al-Quran dua is 25 to 30 minutes. I think that's a decent. I think anything above 30 minutes is too long. And I think 15 minutes is the minimum you should do dua. 10-15 minutes is the minimum you should do Khatm al-Quran dua. 10 minutes minimum. I think between 20 to 30 minutes is the sweet spot. وعن أنس رضي الله تعالى عنه قال كان أكثر دعاء النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار متفق عليه. This is in Bukhari and Muslim. That the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said that in another narration he says, Anas radiallahu anhu says, whenever the Prophet wanted to make dua, he would say this dua. The Prophet would make this dua very often. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. We should make this dua every single time or as much as we can. وعن عبد الله بن مسعود رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يقول اللهم إني أسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. He said that the Prophet ﷺ did dua, oh Allah, I ask you for guidance. I ask you for taqwa. I ask you for purity, that I don't fall into sins, chastity. And ghina, I ask you for contentment, happiness, wealth, not desiring other people's things. I'm happy. وعن طارق بن أشيم رضي الله عنه قال كان الرجل إذا أسلم علمه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الصلاة ثم أمره أن يدعو بهؤلاء الكلمات. طارق ibn Ushaym, or Tariq ibn Ashyam, Tariq ibn Ashyam. He was a Sahabi, and his name was Abu Malik. He narrates only 4 ahadith in his entire life from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Only 4 ahadith. Tariq ibn Ashyam, and this is one of them. When a person brought Islam, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam commanded them to recite these words: Allahumma ighfirli warhamni wahdini wa'afini warzuqni. Oh Allah, forgive my sins, have mercy on me, guide me, wa'afini, look past my sins, warzuqni, and give me sustenance. وفي رواية له عن طارق أنه سمع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أتاه رجل فقال يا رسول الله كيف أقول حين أسأل ربي. A person said, how should I ask my Allah when I talk to my Allah? قال, he said, قل اللهم اغفر لي. Start off with saying, oh my Allah, forgive me. That's how your dua should start off. After praising Allah, doing salawat on Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم, then you begin this way. وعن عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص رضي الله تعالى عنهما قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم مصرف القلوب صرف قلوبنا على طاعتك. That Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As radiallahu anhu says, oh Allah, change our hearts, turn our hearts towards your obedience, control. Sarrafa yusarrifu, to turn. Allahumma qallib al-qulub, musarrif al-qulub. And if you find that your children are not worshipping Allah or not being connected, or your husband or your wife, have them do wird of this dua over and over again, and Allah will grow the love of Iman inside their heart, inshallah. If they don't read it, then you read it and you do dam on the food. And you blow on the water and you blow on the food, and Allah will put barakat in it, inshallah. This whole chapter is about dua, dua and dua. What duas to make. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال تعوذوا بالله من جهد البلاء ودرك الشقاء وسوء القضاء وشماتة الأعداء. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu says, ask the Prophet, ask Allah for protection against jahadil bala, very difficult tests, like this coronavirus. Wa daraki shaqa, and a lot of daraki shaqa is over and over again, problems after problem after problem after problem. Sometimes Allah gives you so much goodness in one day, and sometimes Allah tests you and takes away all the goodness in one day. وَسُوءِ الْقَضَاءِ, and to have a bad destiny or evil judgment. وَشَمَاتَةِ الْأَعْدَاءِ, and the happiness of the enemies. When people who don't like you get happy, then this is something that is very difficult to see people who don't like you. And one of the students, Sufyan, one of the narrators, said that I think I added one of these, but that's fine. It doesn't make that big of a difference in the meaning of the hadith. وعنه قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول اللهم اصلح لي ديني الذي هو عصمة أمري واصلح لي دنياي التي فيها معاشي واصلح لي آخرتي التي فيها معادي واجعل الحياة زيادة لي في كل خير واجعل الموت راحة لي في كل شر. That the Prophet ﷺ used to say, "Oh Allah, make my deen good. Huwa ismatu amri. It will be my protection. If you make my deen good," there's a very comprehensive dua. Memorize this dua. "Oh Allah, make my deen good," which is the protection of my actions. Wa aslih li dunyaya, and rectify my dunya. Fiha ma'ashi, I will be living in this dunya. Wa aslih li akhirati allati fiha ma'adi, and rectify and make proper my akhirah, where I will be there forever. وَجَعَلِ الْحَيَاةَ زِيَادَةً لِي فِي كُلِّ خَيْرٍ, and all the extra life that I have, Ya Allah, make it for good. وَجَعَلِ الْمَوْتَ رَاحَةً لِي مِنْ كُلِّ شَرٍ, and make my death a raha from all evil. A person should also do dua of Allahumma barik li fil maut wa fima ba'd al maut. Allah bless me in death and what is after death, multiple times a day. But if you have any questions, you can comment them inside if someone is listening. I don't even know where this thing went. I don't know. The kitab was here, disappeared. So oh, there it is. Found it. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Still trying to figure out how to use these computers and these things. There we go. Sorry about that. Yes, you can blow over yourselves when you make dua. You should do them on yourself. Can you all see my screen? If you can see the hadith on the wall by me, then let me know. If you can't, let me know as well. Okay. Anyway, I don't know how to work this. وعن علي رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قل اللهم اهدني وسددني وفي رواية اللهم إني أسألك الهدى والسداد. So Ali radiallahu anhu says that the Prophet ﷺ said, "Oh Allah, guide me to the right path and let me stay on the right path. Keep me upright, keep me consistent." وعن أنس رضي الله تعالى عنه كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول اللهم إني أعوذ بك من العجز والكسل والجبن والهرم والبخل وأعوذ بك من عذاب القبر وأعوذ بك من فتنة المحيا والممات وفي رواية وضلع الدين وغلبة الرجال. If your children are lazy or you have someone lazy at home, this is the dua for it. to solve the problem of laziness. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajz. Oh Allah, I seek refuge from you from ajaz. Ajaz is being helpless. Wal kasal, to be lazy. Wal juban, or wal jubn, to be a coward. Wal haram, haram is very old age where you lose your mind. Wal bukhl, this is when you're stingy. A'udhu bika min adhabil qabr, and I seek your protection from the punishment of the grave. Wa'udhu bika min fitnatil mahya wal mamat, and I seek refuge from you from the fitna of the living and the dead. And in one narration, it says, وَضَلَعِ الدَّيْنِ, and from the burden of loans. وَغَلَبَةِ الرِّجَالِ, and that a tyrant comes above you. وعن أبي بكر رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم علمني دعاء أدعو به في صلاتي. Tell me a dua that I can do dua in my namaz. This is a very famous Hanafi dua that is recited. It comes from here. Yeah, I don't know why this thing isn't being shared. I'll try again. There we go. Tell me if you can see it being shared now. Still no? Still can't be seen? Allahu A'lam, I don't know why it's not working. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu says that the Prophet ﷺ, teach me a dua I can say in salah. The Prophet told him, Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi dhulman kathira. Oh Allah, I have oppressed my soul. وَلَا يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ إِلَّا أَنْتَ, and nobody forgives sins but Allah. Remember, we spoke about this earlier, that Allah smiles when someone says this. فَاغْفِرْ لِي مَغْفِرَةً مِّنْ عِنْدِكَ وَارْحَمْنِي إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ, and forgive my sins, and forgive me forgiveness from by you, and have mercy on me. You forgive and you have mercy. And one narration says, instead of dhulman kathira, dhulman kabira, and so on and so forth. وعن أبي موسى رضي الله عنه أنه كان يدعو بهذا الدعاء اللهم اغفر لي خطيئتي وجهلي وإسرافي في أمري وما أنت أعلم به مني. That he would say, oh Allah, forgive my mistakes and my ignorance. وإسرافي, and me going overboard, my transgressions. وما أنت أعلم به مني, and whatever you know about me. اللهم اغفر لي جدي وهزلي, forgive my mistakes that I did while I was serious or while I was joking. وخطئي وعمدي, my mistakes and on purpose. وكل ذلك عندي, that I have all these mistakes by me. That I'm not saying that any one of these, I have all of them. I'm the worst. اللهم اغفر لي ما قدمت وما أخرت وما أسررت وما أعلنت وما أنت أعلم به مني أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر وأنت على كل شيء قدير. Oh my Allah, forgive whatever I have done, ما قدمت وما أخرت, and whatever I will do, وما أسررت, what I have done quietly, وما أعلنت, what I have done loudly, وما أنت أعلم به مني أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر. You're the one who presents in the front, وأنت المؤخر, and you're the one that brings people back. وأنت على كل شيء قدير, and you can do anything that you will. If you do have du'as, if you do have questions, you can comment them in the right side. وعن عائشة رضي الله عنها أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يقول في دعائه اللهم إني أعوذ بك من شر ما عملت ومن شر ما لم أعمل. Oh Allah, protect me from the evil that I do and the evil that I haven't even done yet. Protect me from all evil. There's also another very beautiful dua. كان من دعاء رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم إني أعوذ بك من زوال نعمتك. Oh Allah, protect me from your blessing, from the change of your blessing, وَتَحَوُّلِ عَافِيَتِكَ, and your divine protection changing from me, وَفُجَاءَةِ نِقْمَتِكَ, and your immediate grasp, وَجَمِيعِ سَخَطِكَ, and whenever you get upset. This dua is important. There's another dua by Zayd ibn Arqam radiallahu anhu. He says the Prophet ﷺ did dua, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-'ajzi wal-kasal wal-bukhli wal-haram. You did this. وَعَذَابِ الْقَبْرِ, in the day of judgment, or the adhab of the grave. Allahumma ati nafsi taqwaha wa zakkiha fa anta khayru man zakkaha anta waliyuha wa mawlaha. Oh Allah, give the nafs its taqwa and purify my nafs. You're the guardian, you're the protector, and you're the one that purifies nafs. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa. I seek refuge from you from a knowledge that gives no benefit. Wa min qalbin la yakhsha, and with a heart that does not fear. Wa min nafsin la tashba, and a nafs that doesn't get full. Wa min da'watin la yustajab lah, and the dua that doesn't get accepted. So all of these du'as you do to attract and collect the mercy and rahmah of Allah. Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu anhu says, أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يقول اللهم لك أسلمت وبك آمنت وعليك توكلت وإليك أنبت وبك خاصمت وإليك حاكمت فاغفر لي ما قدمت وما أخرت وما أسررت وما أعلنت أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر لا إله إلا أنت ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. The dua is, oh Allah, laka aslamt, I've turned myself towards you. Wa bika amant, I've believed in you. Wa alayka tawakkalt, I've trusted you. Wa ilayka anabt, I've sought divine protection and reconciliation from you. Wa bika khasamtu wa ilayka hakamtu, I debate with you and I turn my decisions towards you. Faghfir li, forgive my sins. Ma qaddamtu wa ma akhartu, whatever I have done, whatever I will do. Wa ma asrartu wa ma a'lant, quietly or loudly. You're the one who sees before and the one who pulls back. There is no God but you. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There is no power to do good and no power to stay away from evil without the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we'll answer one or two questions inshallah. One, 3, 7 should recite a dua an odd number of times. 1, 3, or 7. It's better to do 3 times, but odd is better, inshallah. Any other questions?